Goa, and of course Panjim. This church was built in 1541 originally, rebuilt in 1619, and the flight of steps was added later. It was called a Kosesam Hill. In 1870, the flight of steps was added. Okay, the mosque next to it was built in 1779 by Abu Shaid and Sulaiman Shaid, and the Mahalakshmi temple was built in 1818. So now, this church, we find in the oldest archival record mention of this church, the Taligaon church and the Santinech church. The Santinech church was constructed in 1584 and the Taligaon church was constructed in 1544, the St. Michael church. So these are some of our oldest structures. We are part of a group called the Goa Heritage Action Group, which was established by Hita Pandit in 2000, 30th September. Some of the founder members are here. I am one of them. Ricardo Ribello is there. We have Sylvester D'Souza. So we, in Panjim, there are several structures which need to be preserved and protected. There is no heritage policy for Panjim. We are fighting for heritage regulations for a long time, since October 2000. But we have not been able to do so through the auspices of Goa Heritage Action Group, and there are several other groups. Another group which I must make a mention is the People's Movement for Civic Action. This particular group has done a lot for Panjim. The founder member is here, Patricia Pinto, and they have been instrumental in so many, whether it's cleanliness drive, preservation of gardens, garbage. I think when Clinton was doing the garbage presentation, one person we should not forget is Patricia Pinto, who has done so much for, in handling the, in fact, the movement to eradicate garbage and all that was started by her in Panjim, along with the people from the members of People's Movement for Civic Action. Anand Madgaonkar is another one of the pioneering figures over there. We should not forget these people. Now this Tongka pillar is a pillar of 1859. We tried to restore it, and there was an inscription on it of the Portuguese Viceroy, Count of Novas Torres. Now, the restoration was done, but then they received a lot of flack from the freedom fighters. They threw mud on it, cow dung on it, and they accused our group of promoting Portuguese culture in Goa, which is actually not true. And we had a festival called Fontainhas Festival of the Arts. Actually, my colleague Jay Kajit Sukija was supposed to make a presentation along with me on Fontainhas. He is not here. Fontainhas is the Latin quarters of Panjim. And there we had this Festival of the Arts, where we showcase art in the heritage precinct of Fontainhas, which is the conservation zone. And we had people's houses of Fontainhas showcasing this art. And people used to come and buy this art. Part of the proceeds went to the house owners, part to our group and part to the painters, the artists. So this was the idea. Again, there was a problem. We had around 4 editions of the festival. Again, the freedom fighters came forward. They took a morcha against us. They squatted on the road, shouted slogans, all kinds of things happened. So presently, we are not doing the festival. And logistically, it was little difficult. So the heritage of Panjim is defined by various precincts. Kampal precinct is another very important precinct of Panjim. It's a heritage precinct. The medical college, the Fontainhas area, the Pato Bridge, the Adil Shah's Palace. So there are several areas in Panjim. Panjim should be declared as a heritage city. In fact, the whole of Goa should be declared as a heritage place, because in Delhi, I think they are in the process of doing it. But in Panjim, we have very, very active and concerned citizens. There was this government plan to cut the rain trees along the Kampal Road, the Miramar Kampal Road. And again, all the citizens of Panjim came together, and we had a movement, and we went and hugged the trees. And people from various parts of Goa also came, and there again Patricia Pinto was spearheaded it. Then there was an issue of another 2 trees being cut, and another very important issue was the local MLA wanted to cut a tree, and then another tree was saved by her and Satish Sonam, and then this is is the pillar. Donapaul here, this place. So I'll just quickly run through the slides. It's all about freedom struggle of Goa. I'll conclude it. That is the flag post here. The Portuguese left Goa on 19 December 1961. There is the last Portuguese Governor General, Antonio Manuel Vassale Silva. He's bidding goodbye to the Goans. That is the first military governor of Goa. The first college that came up after liberation is our college, Varieties, Nepe College of Arts and Science in Miramar, and Stauble College in Marga. This is when the Prime Minister Indira Gandhi visited our college. The first Chief Minister of Goa, Dayanand Banodkar. And then the second Chief Minister, the only woman Chief Minister we have had so far, that is Shashikala Kapoor. This is the man, I love this man because he is the one who protected, saved us from merging with the neighboring state of Maharashtra, Dr. Jack Sikeri. Otherwise we would have been a small part of Maharashtra. So this man saved us. These are the various Chief Ministers of Goa. Various education took place in Goa. Fisher folks education, students education, language education. Goa became a state on 30th May 1987. You have the 9166 agitation, the women's movement, Good Goaikara. And this is the, I would conclude here, this is my last slide. See, we had this on 18 December 2006, we had this big Abhiyan. I'm wearing still the band, green band, the Goa Bachao Abhiyan. The government wanted or introduced a regional plan 2011 by which the whole of Goa would have been a complete jungle. So all the citizens came together, various NGOs came together under the leadership of a young doctor, Oscar Rebello, and we called it the Goa Bachao Abhiyan, the GBA, and we had this big agitation. We threw out the regional plan of 2011. There are all these people, some of them are present here, Oscar Rebello, Patricia Pinto, Satish Sorna, Irish Collins, and so many of them here. And Devare Guru means thank you. God bless.
A lot of history behind this town. There are a lot of historical monuments which are still intact. There's a major heritage precinct. If you see this line, this red line, it is actually the proposed conservation zone for Nashik. This red line, okay, which covers Kampal, Alti, the riverfront, okay, and Fontaine and Samara. Okay, so how we can showcase this as a heritage? How can we do heritage walks like Heta and
Today we had
Goa
heritage.
Yeah.
Conservation south of.
Yeah, so they have already designed walks. Okay, so we need proper signages. We need pedestrianization of some areas, cleanliness of some areas. When people walk the steps, for example, it should be clean. The other objective is within this zone, the residences, how we can engage them into economic activity to leverage that heritage. They're like little businesses, and even one room or some of their house becomes a little showroom, or they sell art, or one area, say like Kampal, organizes a 2-day heritage festival.